allegedly they gave me a fraud charge of wrongfully using a social security card in 2020. What was it? I think it was 3 years ago, 2020 something. Wrongfully use of a social security card.
What's up? What it do, man? It's Uptown Eon. This DC Blacks, man. Welcome back to the channel. I've been a little busy covering a couple different things, and I noticed that when I cover certain things and I may be trolling or joking, my audience or the people that support me, my subscriber base, they don't really, support what I'm gonna call trolling or foolishness. However, I be having some back and forth ongoing disputes on the internet with this guy at Glizzy. Barberson TV, I call him Barbecue. Now, I ain't come here to crack no jokes today, but a lot of times, if you follow Barberson TV, I don't know how he's interpreted outside of DC, but to give an honest opinion of him from a DC perspective, I'm a DC native. Barberson is a blogger, and he says that all the time. Sometimes he's a funny guy, but one thing that he peddles or he sells is lies and untruths. Excuse me. The big thing about the lies and the untruths that he peddles is not just what he says or how he says it, it's that he mixes a little bit of the truth in with falsehood. So, for an example, lately, right? He been making a lot of content about a guy from my town by the name of Big Sight. Big Sight got arrested, allegedly got a gun charge and some other stuff. The police report says weed. The police report does say weed mixed with something, but the police report just says weed. And Barberson TV, he's gone and made video after video alleging this Syke got caught with K2, alleging this Syke really had the gun on him, that he shouldn't fight it, that he's crying, he's making up things to say that the police did something wrong to him. On and on and on. And I don't want to double down on the slander when I'm talking about people being a CI or someone working for the police. I don't want to get into all that. But he did troll Syke for people who follow this information. He did troll Syke saying that Syke got out too fast, saying that Syke got out in one day. Technically, Syke didn't get out in one day. Syke had on orange clothes in the picture. However, but let's get back to Barbecue. Barbecue says that he's rolling in the dough. He's a $500,000. He got all this money in all these accounts. I'm not here to say that he doesn't. I'm here to challenge it. For a guy that's supposed to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're not supposed to catch a charge. That's an identity theft charge, if he really caught that. This is what he said. But he said he got arrested. He said he got arrested for allegedly doing something with a social security number. We all know what that entails. We all know this. If you old enough to watch me on YouTube, you old enough to know what that is. So he talked big money talk again. He said Syke had a public defender. Ha. Well, lo and behold, when you look up his charge, his Charge County charge, he has a public defender on file. When I get the paperwork for whatever this case is and we go into whatever they alleged that identity theft was for, whatever the social security number was used that was incorrect, it'll all be there. Now, one thing I'm never going to do, and I don't ever want you to be confused with anything that I do, to ever think that what I'm doing is wishing jail upon a dude. Now, he sat up there and wished and laughed and hoped that Syke lost his job. He made videos saying Syke lost everything. And now all of a sudden he want to come to the internet, at least on the Instagram level, right? And make videos and talk about, oh, I don't want to beef no more. I want to be positive. He only want to do anything that appears to be positive when he's in a jam. But God don't like rats and God don't like ugly. He made 2 weeks worth of videos wishing prison on a person, talking about another person's case, and now all of a sudden he sounds like a battered and bruised wife saying, oh, I can't talk about it no more. But at the same time, even as he's crawling on the ground, slithering for life, right? He still wants to lie on his way out on his deathbed and say that the FBI told him that he was bothering somebody or trolling somebody on the internet recently that was a government witness. So he still want to insinuate that Syke is hot. That's still what he insinuating based upon this. Let me tell you something. This is the one fact that I want you to take away from this video. When you get caught up for what they call scamming now, and you do anything pertaining to identity theft, wire fraud, or using a social security number, all these things came from him. I'm not dry snitching. I'm not dropping any type of exclusive information. These are the things he alleged. They've yet to been proven or confirmed by me. But when you accuse of any of those things, the Secret Service comes to get you, huh? And the Secret Service don't necessarily come to get you and have no conversation about your YouTube page, your Instagram page. See, I know that my audience is a little different, why most people don't watch things like this that I drop when I'm talking about something that may be perceived as trolling. I'm not trolling. Now I'm asking the mature, intelligent YouTube viewer, do you really believe that the Secret Service came to get him for what they're alleging to be some form of identity theft and fraud and asked him anything about Psych or anybody on YouTube? If you do, drop a comment and explain it to me. Other than that, he got some explaining to do pertaining about why he went to jail and got away and sit down and then talk to the Secret Service. This is always talking about what did people do, what did people talk about when they go there. He's always saying that you don't talk about anything when you go there. Well, when he went there, he had to talk about something. I mean, the FBI or he keeps saying it was the FBI. I don't believe he know the difference between the alphabet boys. I believe it was the Secret Service that came to get him. And when I get his paperwork, we're going to break it down line for line, situation for situation. Freedom in. Read a book.
I pocket with them Jones on it. It ain't no charge. It's just one charge. I ain't got charges with that. It's just I got one charge. They gave me like one charge. Like, they gave me allegedly they gave me a fraud charge of wrongfully using a social security card in 2020. What was it? I think it was 3 years ago, 2020 something. Wrongfully use of a social security card. I don't even know what that is. Somebody told them that I used the I don't know, y'all. I have no clue. It's some shit that these niggas been screaming to me though, but I don't know, y'all. It's one charge. It's not a lot of charges. It's whatever the fuck they can try to pin on me to shut me the fuck up. It's from like 2022. I don't even know what the charge is or nothing. I don't even know. It's just some shit that I'm like, huh? What? It's from 2022 though. It's a CPN. Nah, yeah, I think it was, but it was like, it wasn't an apartment though. I don't think it was an apartment. They were saying something about like a car or something. Car I never had. They were saying something about a car. Like a car from 2022 or something. That's what the charges was. I don't really know. It was like a car. Like something. They said something about, I don't know what the fuck they said. They said something about like what, I think it was a Benz. I never had a Benz a day in my life. Have y'all ever seen me drive a Benz? They said something about some of the credit. I don't fucking know, y'all. I'm lost. Allegedly, I don't know, y'all. They said something about a Benz. I never in my life drove a Benz a day in my life. They said, yeah, that gray one. It's not a gray. It was a white one. They said in the report, white Benz. I never had no gray Benz a day in my life. That's my home. That's my partner car, the gray jump.